even though we're in a time of very high inflation and a lot of people are saying the price of meat has gotten really expensive, I was at the store today and top round London broil was only $4.99 a pound. Now, I'm not usually a big fan of London broil as far as just meat, making a meat for dinner, because I find it a little tough sometimes. And it is a very lean type of meat, and you can see there's very little fat in there and marbling. But I do have a Masterbuilt 30-inch smoker, and I've been wanting to try to make beef jerky in it, and this would be really good for beef jerky, and if it comes out not so good, well, I didn't waste a whole lot of money on it either. I only had to do the minimal amount of trimming. Publix really did all the work for me before I grabbed them. That's a very lean cut of meat. I mean, just a little tiny strip of fat there, but I'll cut that out when I go to cut this into strips. So I'm going to cut this into thin strips, no thicker than a 1/4 inch, probably like 1/8 of an inch if I can. It only took me about 2 minutes or so. And London broil slices very easily, and it's real easy to get them all uniform. You can just eyeball it and get the right thickness, really just about twice as thick as maybe the knife blade, and it is just so easy to slice, and you get pretty uniform strips the whole way through. I will marinate this for a couple hours. We're just going to do equal parts of Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce, and I'm going to add in a little bit of brown sugar and a little bit of Creole seasoning. I'll put this in the refrigerator for about 2 hours, and then I'll just like flip it over and put it on for the other side for 2 hours. So what we're going to do is we can take skewers, and just for now, just going to take them through the top over a plate so they don't drip too much on anything, and just going to take pieces, put them on, keeping a little space between them, so I'm not making too much of a mess on the counters, hopefully. And we'll do this without as much meat we have. We'll just do as many skewers as we need, and we're all set. What we're going to do is we're just going to drop them through so the skewers are going to sit on top of the grate. I'm going to slide these out. Just going to touch them with a little bit of onion powder and black pepper, and then I'll flip them over the other side, and just, again, not going to overload. I don't really want these too spicy. There we go, big piles of meat on skewers, onion powder, pepper after marinating. So like I said, we're just going to sort these through, drop them through the grates, and then put them in the smoker. Starting the smoker at 275 with some hickory wood chips, and we'll turn it down to probably somewhere in the 200 range. It's ready for the smoker. So the smoker is just heating up right now. 17 minutes in, and I got a temperature of 239, and now I'm getting more consistent little things, just puffs of smoke coming out of there. So I think I'm gonna put these in now, and then I'm gonna adjust my temperature so I still have as low of a temperature that I can get with still getting good smoke. I'm gonna assume probably around 200 degrees. So we took the jerky out of the smoker, and you can leave it in for different periods of time depending how you like your jerky. Some people like it more chewy. I like mine so it's very tough, very dried out. When I was younger, I used to go to a place called Hickory Farms, and they used to make beef jerky, and so I was really trying to recreate that almost like tree bark type of a feel to it. And so we're just going to take these all off, going to let them sit for a little bit just to cool down, and then we're going to sample them. So the jerky was a success overall. I'm gonna give it maybe a 90 out of 100. My son's already eaten 8 pieces of it, and very similar to what I was used to growing up with from that Hickory Farms place. The only improvements that I would actually make to it is I would try a little bit more spice. So the texture of it is perfect. The underlying soy taste with the Worcestershire sauce, perfect. Slight bit of the black pepper. I probably would like a little bit more of that kind of peppery taste. So if you've ever thought about using a smoker to make jerky, I would highly recommend this, and got another winner here.